Hey there, Capricorn. This is David with Tarot and Astrology for All. And, well, I did a video for you guys yesterday, but I don't know why. The energies were weird, and I couldn't resonate. For those of you who do want it, who do want the video, go ahead and message me either on Tarot and Astrology for All on Facebook, or you guys can go ahead and put it into the messages below in the comment box. But I feel like I have to do another message for you guys, just simply because it was really hard to get the information from that message. So I'm doing this one once more. And if the message is still the same thing as the message from the video that I recorded before, then I will go ahead and share that also. I don't know, probably somewhere in the comments below. I'll share the link, either in the description or in the comments below. I'll go ahead and link you guys that video so that you guys could see that video as well. Because maybe it is meant for it to be put out, but it was, even though I was sitting on the earth and everything, it was very, very hard for me to channel that message. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do another reading for you guys. And see what comes up in this reading. We Capricorns. Capricorn. Alright. Okay, I need to open up my browser so that I can get tarot by the numbers. Okay, good. I'm still working out the tarot numerology and stuff like that, so if I have to take a look at my phone for these numbers, please allow me that. Please allow me that much. Also, there's still some things that I don't recall in terms of like the textbook meaning, but I will say what I feel about the card. When they pop up, or if they pop up. I say when because I have the feeling that they are going to pop up. But please allow me that, please afford me that luxury as well, because I've only been reading tarot cards and stuff like that since my birthday on January 7th of this year. So I'm still fairly new to tarot readings and stuff like that. So please allow me that luxury. Now, we're going to go ahead and cut these cards, and then we are going to get started with the mid-month reading for Capricorn. I know I say mid-month reading and there's only like, 8 days, but this should cover some of the energies that have happened over this past month, as well as some of the energies that are going to be captivating you guys or influence you guys from now until the end of the month. So alright, so I do feel that some of you guys are finally seeing your way out of something. Now, with the Nine of Swords, this is something mental, and the Nines, to me, it feels like you guys have. Oh, this one almost fell out, and that's something I'm gonna have to keep in mind. The Nines in themselves, according to the tarot numbers and stuff like that, or tarot numerology, it's about fruition and attainment and fulfillment. So I do feel that to some extent some of you guys may be either attaining some things that you guys have been working towards. Maybe you guys are reaching some kind of fulfillment, and that's why you guys are able to see your way out of whatever situations you guys are currently in right now. Or maybe you guys have been working hard towards something, feeling like you guys were stuck in it, but now you guys are reaching a period of fruition of where you're able to kind of get over it, so to speak. This is the energy of air as it pertains to the swords. So this is energy of this is that Librian, Aquarian, or even how would I say, even the Gemini energy. So let's see. Okay, but I do feel that in your minds Okay, this kind of does hinge upon the reading that I gave the day. Well, I mean the reading that I recorded yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, and it's the Fool in the reverse. Now, the Fool in the reverse is one of those energies that it speaks of recklessness. I do feel that for some of you Capricorns, you guys might be acting reckless. I think I did mention something about this type of thing in the previous video that I recorded for you guys about not being reckless, about taking your time. Right now, things are not going to be moving into another new cycle, but in that other previous reading, I do believe that there was an ending to a certain cycle, and if it comes up in this reading, then I will go ahead and I'll go ahead and share that other reading in the comments so that you guys can see what was going on in the last video and see if maybe any of that video or the message behind that video is something that would pertain to you guys. But with the Fool, I do feel like there's some inertia in your lives right now. I do feel like things are just static, like things aren't moving. I do feel that with the energy of the Fool, I do feel that some of you guys might be acting a little bit inconsiderate. I do feel like part of the energy that's in your mind right now is inconsiderate towards other people. You might be acting inconsiderate to yourself. You're not giving yourself that self-love that you guys need to give yourselves, and as a result, you guys are feeling stuck in this cycle. You guys are feeling stuck like nothing's moving, and as a result, it could be possible that other people are taking advantage of you as they see you in this state that you're not in stability and stuff like that. But I do feel that emotionally you guys do know how to give your guys self-love, and with the energy of the Empress, I do feel that to whatever odd degree, I feel that you guys would do very well to recharge yourselves. You know, going out into nature, going out into the wilderness. You know, going out into a place where there's trees, where there's things growing. Because when you give yourself that self-love, you know, you gain the ability to be able to end whatever cycles you're on, and to be able to begin new cycles, and to have yourselves grow within those cycles. Now, the Empress in itself, it could speak of difficulties, and it could be also related to having long days. So I do feel that for some of you guys, you guys might feel like this time period of waiting is dragging on. And for Capricorns, that's kind of rare, because us Capricorns, being earth signs, we like to take our time with various different things, and we like to calculate our steps, and we like to see where we're going and how we're going to jump and anything like that before we actually make moves. But I do feel like you guys are I do feel that some of you guys are ready for growth, and you guys are ready to take that next step forward. But with the Fool in the reverse, this is stating that there's not going to be any new beginnings right now, until you learn how to master that self-care that you guys need. And this is a self-care for your emotions. I do feel that to whatever extent you guys are being ignorant and inconsiderate for some of you guys. This could be ignorant and inconsiderate to people, to certain events. I do feel, okay, this is cool. And this actually does pertain a little bit to the last reading. In the previous reading that I did for you guys, I haven't posted that one yet, obviously, like I was saying. But you guys had the King of Pentacles right here, where the Eight of Swords was upside down. And Eight of Swords. Oops. Okay. So scratch what I was saying about the fruition and attainment and fulfillment. What is necessary at this moment is it is mastery, action, and accomplishment. Now, okay. Now this is getting a little bit clearer. I was kind of stuck at a loss for words right here, but okay. Now, emotionally, you guys have the knowledge that you need, and you guys have that creativity that the 3 allows you. Now, this creativity is something that's going to come from your emotions, obviously, and I do feel that with that Fool card being the beginning, the reason why these things are not happening is because you guys need to reach a state of mastery in your emotions, and I do feel like you guys are gaining that mastery on the mental level. So, all right. So hopefully this resonates with you guys. Now, that mastery that you guys are looking at or looking for or finding, for most of you guys, I feel that's what's going to lead you to action and accomplishment. Now, one of the things that the Empress is all about is about action. When things grow, they take action. They don't usually think about it. They feel, and that's usually what emotions are feelings. So, with this energy in your soul, I do feel like you guys are on the path to growth, and you guys are on the path to stability. With the 8 of Swords, I do feel like you guys are finally seeing your way out of it. Now, this is flowing a little better now. Obviously, I was getting a little confused. However, okay, so the Moon card. On a physical level, you guys are okay. On a physical level, the things that are happening to you right now are things that are supposed to be happening. They're supposed to get you out of your element. They're supposed to get you out of your comfort zone. Now, these are things that are supposed to be bringing your consciousness out into a new mode of being. And of course, on your physical path, you guys have the 8 of Swords as your current energy that was sitting there, and you guys may not have been able to see what was going on, but you guys are starting to see things under the moonlight, per se. Now, the moonlight, under the moonlight, from what I've read about the Moon card, is that things in the dark can be pretty scary. Things can be pretty scary. There's times where you want to howl at the moon, give me more light, make things not scary. However, we do come to that situation where we're gonna have to we have to walk a dark road, and for us Capricorns, most of our lives we walk a dark road, mainly because as a Capricorn we have to learn about power, and we have to learn about how to properly disseminate it and how to use it well. Now, this dark road is connected to whatever's going on right now in your current situation. For the most of you, I do feel that a lot of you guys are opening up to your consciousness. You guys are taking what you guys have learned, what you guys have had in your connection to the unified field of consciousness, and you guys are finally starting to move it into your reality. You guys may have been doing things like self-help, as the Empress tends to talk about, self-nurturing, self-care. Those are all things that the Empress talks about, and it could be possible that a lot of you guys have been gaining a lot of soul stability and things like that out of it. So that is very good. This is actually this is very very positive. I actually like this. Now, as you can see, things like that may cause us to be arrogant, and as a result of being arrogant, that tends to make us this type of energy tends to make us how would I say, ignorant. Yeah, ignorant, and it also makes us inconsiderate to other people's state of mind, state of being. But that's something that we have to learn as a result of becoming ignorant and becoming inconsiderate of other people's situations. Just because we came through something that's hard doesn't mean that other people should just as easily overcome these things that are plaguing them. Now, because of the King of Pentacles, I do feel that a lot of you guys on a soul level are feeling abundant and opulent. Opulent being, wanting to live a life of luxury and stuff like that. And I do feel that for a lot of you guys are finding your way out of the confusion that usually permeates your physical world. Now, that's not to say that a lot of you guys have been under confusion. I do feel that some of you guys have been under confusion, and mostly that's because you guys have not been able to attain the things that you guys have been wanting to attain. You guys have been stuck. You guys have been inert. You guys have been not moving. Now, in terms of us Capricorns, when it comes to that kind of thing, we tend to be once we get into our comfort zones, we tend not to really make very much movement forward. We like being in our comfort zone mainly because it keeps us secure, and that's one of the things that us Capricorns like to look for is security. Whether that's physical security, whether that's financial security, it doesn't matter. We like security. Now, one of the things that we don't like is insecurity of any kind, whether that's emotional insecurity, physical insecurity, anything like that, financial insecurity. And this right here is a card of security when you have it up. But when it's in the reverse, it means that you have not obtained everything that it is that you've been wanting to attain. Now, spiritually, you might be feeling abundant, but in your physical world, with this turned upside down, those grapes, it's telling you that you aren't as abundant on the physical level as I'm sure you would want to be. Now, I can actually vibe with this because on the physical level, I haven't been as fulfilled, or as abundant as I thought I was. However, it did take my girlfriend earlier telling me that, yeah, even though we don't have all of the things that we would want, we have all of the things that we need on a basic level. We have money to be able to do things. We have food, right? We have shelter. We have enough money to pay our bills, and we have a car that we can get around with. So we have all of the basic needs that any family would need or any couple would need, but we just don't have those things that we would like a Tesla, like being able to go on a road trip whenever we want and not have to care about how much finance we're spending. That financial security, which is exactly what this is explaining. So that's one obstacle in the path. Another obstacle is having so many things to choose from, but not really having any specific choice. Now, I can also vibe with this. There's been plenty of opportunities that I've had, and it's really hard to choose whatever it is that you guys want. In this one, you have the physical status. You have the spiritual consciousness connection. We have the connection with intellect. We have that castle, which is pretty much explaining the physical stuff, the physical security. We have the riches right here, obviously, and that's one of the things that we've been looking for with this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, of course, this could mean that we have our energy scattered, and once we have our energy scattered, it could be a call for us to really focus our energy on one specific thing that we want. We might be feeling stable on the spiritual level or in our souls. However, it's not the same thing as our physical world. The soul world and the spirit and the physical world are two entirely different things. And it's the blending of each of these things that we want to do. It's that duality that we're facing. So, okay, see, the energy that's influencing us is the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, as with any two, it talks about a choice. It could be possible that some of you guys are not making some of the right choices, which is why you're landed into this position. Some of you guys might be figuring out that you guys aren't making the right choices, and that's why you guys are landing in the position that you guys are landing. Now, the right choices or making the wrong choices could be a result of this obstacle right here, that there's so many things to choose from, but you don't know which to choose. So, I do feel that some of you guys will need to connect with that unified field of consciousness, right? Find out what you guys really want. Find out what it is that the self wants. Find out what you truly okay. One way to picture this is picture your perfect day. Once you picture your perfect day, find out how to go about living that perfect day. Bring that perfect day into your existence. And once you find out whatever that perfect day is and you start trying to bring it into your existence, that's when you'll be able to narrow down your choices. Actually, the act of creating your perfect day narrows down your choices to those choices where, or to those things that you really, really, truly want. Instead of, scattering your energy everywhere and dropping the ball like this card usually says. I do feel that some of you guys are dropping the ball and not making the right choices and landing yourselves into positions where the Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse, not reaching that full completion that you guys are wanting. Now, all right, so you guys, as a culminating energy of this spread, you guys have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups is all about happiness. I do feel that you guys are looking for happiness. I do feel that some of you guys are in a state of happiness, which is really good. I do feel that some of you guys are looking for romance, or maybe you guys already have romance, and it's this romance, it's this love that you're looking in romance. But you have to first provide yourself that love, that self-love, that self-care. Find out, or find that true love state of being again, so that you can emanate it to those around you. Now, one of the things that I'll say about the Queen of Cups, it once again it refers to the message that I was telling you guys about connecting to your consciousness. This card is actually a state of connecting to your intuition. Now, aside from connecting to your intuition, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be loving to yourself, and this in turn would allow you to create those mature emotions that you guys are looking for. Now, this is also the card of a healer and the card of an empath. So I do feel that some of you guys are connecting to that empathic power. And once you connect to that empathic power, you'll find out more or less where you need to provide your self-love and self-care. And also you'll find that in providing that self-care for yourself, you actually provide yourself that ability to heal. So once you provide yourself that ability to heal, you actually flip this over to the upright, where you'll remain in balance, and you won't have to worry about all of these choices that you got to make. You'll narrow it down, and you'll reach a state of completion instead of having this in the upside down like it is right now. Now, one thing I do want to say about the Queen of Pentacles is that her energy is one of a visionary. And in order to be a visionary, in order to envision whatever it is that you have, or that you want to have, or that you want to be, you guys have to create that plan, create that perfect day. Go through the steps. Okay, I mean, it doesn't have to be, hour by hour by hour. You could just be like, okay, in the morning I want this to happen. In the afternoon I want this to happen. In the evening I want this to happen. And then from there, go ahead and go down and create a plan that would allow you to be able to accomplish those things that you set out to do. Also, what you can do is, once you do that, I know for you Capricorns, you like to look at every step. You can start breaking it down. Okay, what do I want to happen in the morning? What do I want to happen in the afternoon? Hour by hour, or every other hour by every other hour, and then figure it out from there. Okay, cool. The King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords, what can I say about the King of Swords? The King of Swords is about communication. The King of Swords it portrays clouds in the back. And what I've learned about clouds is that this communication is going to be communication from the divine. And if you can see the clouds, they're not really blowing. So this communication that's going to come to you guys, it's not going to be anything that just blows in. It's going to be something that just kind of floats its way in there. Now, along with this, it's about structure and routine. It's about taking the logical steps that you need in order to complete, or in order to get to where you want to be at. Now, the King of Swords, he's one of those energies that's that he takes power. He has power. Obviously, he's a king, but he takes command. Now, he takes command because he has that intellectual knowledge. Now, along with that intellectual knowledge, he has the ability to basically to have that growth that's necessary, that mental growth, the mental breakthroughs and stuff like that, in order to not just keep his kingdom running, and not just to keep your lives running, but to keep it running in an efficient manner. Now, this is cool because this is actually just reiterating what I was saying in this message. Now, one of the things I feel is you guys need a rest. You guys need a rest from whatever it is that you guys have been keeping your minds on. You guys need to allow yourselves the ability to focus on the main issue, or the main issues, I should say, because there's usually just one. And of course, if you look at this card right here, this guy's asking for help from the divine. So I feel like you guys need help from the divine. You guys need to ask the divine for help. God, Source, the Holy Spirit, whoever it is that you guys ask to help for, and ask for that help. Ask for that guidance. This mental guidance, this mental anguish that you guys may have been feeling not too far in the past. It's left you in a state of where you've needed to lay down and meditate, or lay down and pray, resting your weary head. Now, I could say that for some of you guys might be feeling weary right now. You guys might have that necessary need for self-care, and self-care begins in the home. Self-care begins in the home. You guys need to take care of yourselves on the mental, emotional, and physical level. So I do want to say also that with the Two of Cups in the reverse, this is also one of those things that's referring to unbalance, or not having the balance that's necessary. And I do feel like a little bit of this unbalance is within your relationships. This is literally the card of a soulmate, or of a relationship of some kind. So, or of a significant other. And I do feel that with it in the reverse, I do feel that some of you guys are having some problems with your significant other. And since this card came up, I will go ahead and link the information that I have from the other video down in the description below, or in the comments. I think I might do it in the description though, just so that it leaves the comments open for everything else. And just because of this, I'm going to go ahead and do a relationship spread to see how you guys' relationships are going. And you guys can watch the previous video, and then watch this video, or watch this video, and then watch the previous video to see how your guys' relationships have been progressing. Maybe there's something that you guys can gain from the previous video, and that'll help you. Okay, so for those of you that are not looking for, or that are not looking to fix things in your current situation, or your current relationship, you guys do have an invitation of love coming in. For those of you that are fixing, or that are trying to fix it, you guys still might have an invitation for love coming in. One of the things that I gained from this card too is the fact that with the Knight of Cups, it's about your approach. Aside from that, it's about following your heart, following those psychic messages that you guys might be experiencing. Those messages from Source, the ones that I was talking about with the King of Swords. But also, if you take a look at this card, for some of you guys, it might resonate a certain message. I just want to put it up here for a second for you guys to look at. Now, this is this is a card of messages. This is a card of a messages coming in. This is a card of the negotiator. So I do feel that some of you guys will have to negotiate in your relationships. I do feel that you guys will have to be diplomatic. This could be the arrival of an offer. This could be the arrival of a message. This could be the arrival of an invitation or even a romantic proposal. So, this is something that you guys have coming in for you. This is something that Source is trying to let you know. This could be the arrival of that message that I was telling you about, or those messages that I was telling you about that that you're looking for. This could be the arrival of the message that puts you back into balance on the physical level. This could be the type of messages that allow you to be able to rest your weary head. Certain things that stress us have that ability to knock us off kilter. So, see, you guys have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, upon which the energy is sitting. And the Queen of Pentacles, it's all about generosity. It's all about living your life liberally. Now, this is a card of the businesswoman. It does speak about high status and social things. It talks about being loving, though. It talks about being loving, being honorable, and it also talks about a love of money. But like the King of Pentacles, she stands for stability. So I do feel that you guys are somewhat stable in your lives. You might not have a lot. You might not have many things growing right now. But I do feel that for some of you guys have that stability that's necessary. So, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this relationship spread for you guys. Now, I want to go ahead and say this right now in this first video, so that if it does cut off, there's gonna be a next video after this to have your relationship spread, continuing on from this video. And it's also going to have the advice spread at the end of it, so that you guys have the advice that you need in order to move forward. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go with the relationship spread. If it cuts off, just move right on over to the next video. Because I am not looking to keep introducing myself into the videos and stuff like that. It's just going to be a continuation to the next video. And the information that you guys get from this video and the information that you guys get from the second video are meant to be used in tandem. So, I hope you Cappies are doing pretty good. I hope you Cappies are learning from this, and I hope you Cappies are absorbing this information. For the ones that it pertains to. For the ones that it doesn't vibe with, go ahead and check it. Doesn't matter to me, because as soon as I give this reading and move on over to the next one, which is Aquarius, I'm going to be forgetting about this entirely, except for the information that vibes with me. Of course, that's what I'm going to be taking from it. Also, for those of you guys who want personal readings and stuff like that, you guys can go ahead and message me here.